Donald Trump has had another run-in with the disrespectful mainstream media. Trump's latest rampage against the media came after a CNBC White House reporter by the name of Megan Cassella asked the president about the term taco trade. The term was coined by a Wall Street reporter, which stands for Trump always chickens out on tariffs, and Trump was not amused.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me, he said, we have the hottest country in the world right now. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, you know, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down a little bit, you know, a little bit, they want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of fentanyl and many other things, and you added it up. I said, where are we now? We're at 145%. I said, whoa, that's high. That's high. They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, you know, they were having great difficulty because we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go ahead. To me, that's the nastiest question. Wait a minute.
Online commentators blasted the reporter for asking such a disrespectful question, with this person saying, "The disrespect of the MSN makes me sick. The mainstream media keeps proving they are low-class trash." And this person doubled down, saying, "I don't see what value they provide to anyone anymore." And despite Trump singing the praises of the tariffs across the globe, a federal court in the US dealt the president a huge blow today, invalidating his Liberation Day tariffs, saying that he overstepped his authority to impose the tariffs unilaterally and Congress was required for them to pass. Commentator Charlie Kirk unleashed on the judiciary for blocking the president, saying, "In a sweeping new ruling, the US Court of International Trade has just blocked President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, saying that authority is with Congress. With activist judges, what is even the point of having a president?" Fact check. While the Constitution grants Congress the power to impose tariffs, Congress delegated much of that power to the executive branch in the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, which allows for adjustments to tariff rates without needing congressional action. Courts have given the executive branch broad authority to negotiate trade. That is, until now. Senator John Kennedy agrees, maintaining that Trump has tariff authority and the court's decision will be appealed.
Senator, we just got breaking news.
Building ships.
Yeah, Senator, I'm so sorry to interrupt. We just got other breaking news. The big news tonight. A federal court just blocked the majority of Trump's tariffs. The Court of International Trade saying he overstepped his authority under an International Emergency Economic Powers Act. This was, I believe, the three-judge panel. There was a Reagan appointee, a Trump appointee, and a Biden appointee on this particular panel. This was kind of widely predicted among those who study trade closely. So those European tariffs blocked. Senator, your reaction?
You mean that a federal judge has intervened with the other two branches' ability to make policy? I'm shocked. That hasn't happened since yesterday.
5
It'll
minutes
be taken
ago.
up. It'll be appealed. I think it's pretty clear that the president has tariff authority. Congress gave it to him. Now you can debate whether that was a prudent move or not, but I think it's pretty clear that he has tariff authority.
Yeah.
And,
So this again,
I
this
think
was
it'll be reversed on appeal.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to go to the Supreme Court, Senator. It was a 3-judge panel.
And whilst the mainstream media keep peddling the line that tariffs are ruining the economy, the stats show a different story.
By the way, for years they knocked the word tariff, properly used, is a beautiful word. One of the most beautiful words I've ever heard. It's music to my ears. A lot of bad people didn't like that word, but now they're finding out I was right. And we will take in hundreds of billions of dollars into our treasury and use that money to benefit the American citizens. And it will not cause inflation, by the way.
But the market doesn't have quite the same confidence in the tariffs as Trump does, with stocks rising off the back of the announcement to block the Liberation Day tariffs.